Women with a low sex drive soon will be able to get a pill that might help them. The FDA approved the drug, which will be sold under the brand name Addyi. It's also been called female Viagra. Women's groups say it's about time, but I do want to bring in Dr. Sujatha Reddy. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Because we've heard a lot about this so-called female Viagra, and actually the FDA has rejected this twice because it's sort of a misnomer. It's not the same kind of thing as the male Viagra.
You're exactly right. Well, Viagra works to help males perform. What Addyi is trying to do is increase a woman's desire or increase her libido, make her want to have sex more often. So it's very different, and they work differently as well.
Why had it been rejected by the FDA twice? That's a concern.
Yeah.
Red flag, maybe.
Well, you know, there was a lot of talk about this drug because, as you said, women's groups were up in arms because for the longest time we've had no help for women who had low libido. So there was this whole thing, is the FDA anti-women? Why are there so many medications for men? But in reality, the drug showed what the FDA considered modest improvement, and there was some concern about side effects. So they asked the pharmaceutical company to go back, do some more research, and this time around they thought the side effect profile was safe enough with the efficacy or how well it worked being adequate to approve it. So, you know, but you have to wonder, I hope it wasn't just that they approved a mediocre drug because of the hype.
Some pressure.
Exactly.
But those side effects that you talk about, there was a concern in the beginning. Maybe they've improved, but what are they?
So the concern was because this drug works in your brain, and actually like how we find many different pharmaceutical agents, they tested this drug initially as an antidepressant, but a side effect was women thought their libido was better. And this is the same way we've discovered things like Viagra, Latisse for your eyelashes. Many medications have come to be because a side effect ended up being their primary indication. So while this works on your brain, it increases certain brain chemicals that help with mood and maybe appetite, and thereby it may help you with libido. The concern is it also can cause some dizziness, some fatigue, and some nausea, and you're going to have to be careful as a physician or healthcare provider because it may have some drug-to-drug interactions with products people are already taking. Perhaps if you're already on an antidepressant, this may not be the best thing for you.
Well, it's interesting because some people are a little skeptical. They hear big pharmaceutical. They think they're just trying to make big bucks, especially when they call it the little pink pill.
Yeah.
Just how effective do you think this is?
You know, for the women who say it helps them, I'm really glad it's out there. And I think it's so important that finally we have something to offer women for their libido and sex drive. So I'm glad it's available. We have to be cautious. It's not going to be for everybody. It's actually approved for premenopausal women, so it's not for the older women at this time. But it's just really great that we have one more thing to offer.
Dr. Sujatha Reddy, always great to have you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Lynn.